2 videos to do anyway. Where are you going?
He's like upon you.
Okay.
Hi.
No scratching.
Don't be naughty boy.
You gotta be nice.
Be a nice boy.
Lay down.
Goodness gracious, girly.
Trying to write something?
I guess so. She's decided she's a writer. It's probably just Hi, sweet boy.
Where are you going?
He's like, I don't know. I don't know. He's got so many places he wants to be.
Okay, glasses might be safe there.
Come here, baby. I'll give you lovin's. Come here.
You can come over here, but because I took a pill, but no claws.
Be a good boy.
You claw me and you go off. Okay? What are you doing?
He's being...
Hey, claws.
Careful, baby.
What are you doing? Just lay down.
He wants to snuggle. So he wants pets. He's such a little butt.
This will get warm.
Yes. Yes, it will.
I feel claws.
Don't you do it. Hey.
On the edge.
Come
If I sit back. There you go. Now you're safer. You won't fall off.
There. Good boy. You're good boy.
The latest Brandon Sanderson came out as an ebook.
Oh.
We get ebook downloads.
Nice.
And not connected to
I still
the
haven't.
internet.
How? How do you not? You've been here a bunch of times.
Yeah. I think I'm connected. Something's. It takes a bit. Lately, it's been taking a bit for this to connect on anyway. So, what is yours? I got RFAM, Spectrum Mobile, Spectrum Setup D9.
I think it's the D9.
It's probably my password. Should have the password, but I had to reset things because it was acting strange. It's joining. Okay, it's got the password.
Good deal.
But I lost all my internet passwords.
Oh, yeah.
And they won't sync over. They're supposed to sync from iCloud, but they won't sync over.
Buddy.
What are you doing?
You don't just get... You're falling off is what you're doing.
Bye.
We got bloopers for days.
You gonna come on up?
Bloopers
Or are you gonna sit on the floor
for
and look at it?
days.
Come on, well, just lay here. You're gonna hit me with your tail.
Come here, baby. You want to come here? Come by Mama. You could be wild and crazy on Mama's lap. Be nice. No claws. Yeah. There you go. That's a good spot for you. That's a good spot for you.
Saoirse, what are you looking at? How's your computer?
Yeah.
Looking at the computer.
She's hoping, that the mouse will move. Or that we're gonna, or that we're gonna put on some kitty videos for her.
That's funny.
My friend came over one time and showed my cat's cat videos while I was at work. And also while I was home. And now she's addicted.
Claws.
Hey, that's a
Yeah,
claw.
ruin these.
That is a claw, and you gotta be a good boy. Come here. Come here, my crazy boy. Yes, you can eat Mom's hair. That's great. Good job.
I want to buy more pants.
You want to what?
I said, I don't want to buy more pants.
No. Nobody does. Nobody does. Not because of little
Cats want me
babies.
to. They're in league with Walmart.
How dare. How dare you? How dare you conspire with the Walmart cult?
Okay. You will see things flash on there because
I do keep seeing a thing.
It does go through focusing, and every now and then it refocuses and gives a warning. But it's not the battery. The battery is the green up in the upper left.
Okay. Oh, I see it. Okay.
And
Cool.
that should be good for like 2 hours.
Nice. Very nice.
I've done 6 videos in a row in my basement and not had to.
Very nice. That's awesome. All right.
Blue, you look like you're pulled in from a lake.
Yep. Dead inside. Little zombie going on.
Okay, which one first?
Let's do the Cats of Ulthar.
Okay. And it's running.
All
Is
right.
Audio?
Yep, audio's
on.
been running. So we have a lot of bloopers to go through if you want to add them to the video.
No, I'll just be deleting those.
It's all good. So.
Okay, welcome to Telltale Books. I'm Greg,
And I'm Emily.
though you probably don't recognize it.
I know, decided to glam it up. It's the 1st of October, so a little witchy look going on. I haven't worn this wig in a while, though.
Mm.
And it needed some maintaining, so I put it on to kind of maintain it, and then I decided I'm just going to keep wearing it today.
What do you mean maintain it?
So sometimes they get tangled, and you have to, like, condition them periodically so they don't get, like, brittle and break. So you have to, like, put them on and spray them with, like, conditioner, or which is really just overly...
like regular hair.
Yeah, like overly glorified fabric softener, essentially. And then you just brush it through. So I just decided to keep it on. But yeah. And we have a kitty here. A few kitties actually joining us, though not all of them might make an appearance in the video, which is super appropriate. Because we are going to be doing Lovecraft's The Cats of Ulthar. Is that how you say it? Ulthar?
I don't know. That's close. That's my best guess.
Yeah, that's how I think it's pronounced, so that's how we're going to do it.
Ulthar?
Ulthar.
I don't know.
Ulthar. You have to say it in that accent.
But yeah, Saoirse got bored and went and laid on the other couch. So.
I know, she's mad because the screen is not
Oh.
at Cat TV for her, so she's sulking
And
now.
I've got
Nosferatu?
Nosferatu.
Yep. My
Appropriate.
fluffiest boy.
Yeah.
Yes, and over here you might see his tail a little. We've got Constantine, who is my little ginger boy.
Henry was here somewhere. And
Yeah.
The other gray one is in the window.
Yeah, he's in the window. So we are covered in cats over here at my
And
house.
That's appropriate for the video because we are reviewing The Cats of Ulthar by H.P. Lovecraft.
Yes. So, do you want to give us history first?
Yeah, I'll give you what I got.
Mhm.
It's one of the dream cycle stories, so it's an early Lovecraft, of course. It was first published in November of 1920. It's a short story. It was published in a magazine called The Tryout. I guess because you're trying out new authors. I don't know.
guess, yeah. Try out some different.
And the Lovecraft dream cycle stories are heavily under the influence of Lord Dunsany. I've been working on his bibliography, and while I didn't dig in and read one of his stories, what I'm seeing about Lord Dunsany, and I've previously read The Supernatural Horror in Literature by Lovecraft, where he does mention that he really thinks Dunsany is great stuff, and of course Dunsany was in the British Isles, so that's the only people he didn't hate.
Yes.
So yeah, he was heavily under the influence of Lord Dunsany when he wrote the entire dream cycle, not just this one. We've done a number of them already.
Yes.
So
I've read them all thus far.
yeah, and you can go ahead and give us the synopsis.
All right. So, the Cats of Ulthar, however you say it. So there's this community that has a large population of cats. And these cats are pretty, if you're nice to them, they're nice to you sort of thing. And they've just kind of become a staple of this community. And then one day, someone who is not particularly fond of these cats and is always kind of antagonizing them, he either kicks one or kills one. And I can't remember which it was. It was last year when I read this.
Okay,
I
wait,
can't...
he starts killing.
Yeah,
any
he
of the
starts
cats he comes
killing the
across.
cats. Yeah.
He's a regular. What's the woman from Sweeney Todd?
Oh,
Before
Mrs.
she
Lovett?
meets, yeah, Mrs. Lovett. Before she meets Sweeney, she's catching
Yeah.
cats in the alley
And
for
them
her
pussycats
meat
is
pies.
quick. They is. So he ends up starting to kill off these cats, and so the cats rebel. And they kind of gang up on this guy and basically, I think, devour him alive, if I remember right. So, spoiler
Well,
alert.
It's not straight out described,
But we are very
they find
certain.
his skeleton
Yes.
in his shop.
Yes. So the cats
Picked
decide
clean.
to take justice into their own hands. And so the community forever after respects the cats and is always as nice as they possibly can be to these cats and don't do anything to try to upset them.
Right?
Because they don't want to get eaten alive either.
No.
So,
And who would? I mean, these cats are all so nice.
Mm-hmm.
I knew somebody when I was younger that had a cat. It's really the first person I knew that had a cat.
Mm-hmm.
And that cat hated everybody.
Oh.
Must have been abused or something.
Yeah.
Because it was fine with her, but everybody else
Yeah.
would just immediately start hissing at her.
Oh, that's sad.
But these cats, I come over here and they're right at the door.
They're the
wanting pets.
loveliest babies.
They're fighting each other for who's going to get pet first.
Yes. And
So
my
why would
cats
you
are
wanna
very
kill 'em?
socialized.
Mhm.
You make sure they're very sweet. They're probably a little dumb too, especially Saoirse.
Well, they're a little wild. I wouldn't say wild, but kind of they do their own thing.
Yeah,
whether you
they're
like it or not.
fiercely independent creatures.
If they
They
want to
are.
jump up on you, they jump up on you. If they want to
Yes.
use claws, they use claws.
Especially this one. This one is
Yeah.
the biggest perpetrator of that. The other ones are
Mhm.
all very mild with their paw and claw usage, but he's a little aggressive.
And today he seems to like me a lot.
Yes.
It's usually that one that's always coming. after
Yes,
me.
Constantine is usually the friendliest. We call him our flirty boy because he looks like he's flirting with every single human ever. And Nosferatu's pretty chill today. This morning he got lots of in-bed snuggles though, so
Mm.
he's relaxed.
And Henry's just kind of wiped out from playing.
Yeah, he was playing with Saoirse earlier, so he
Went
was
somewhere else where he could get some
yes,
quiet and peace
probably
to sleep.
to my bedroom to go lay on or under the bed. But yeah, so I like cats. I like their personalities, and they are pretty, usually very, as the story says, if you're nice to them, they're nice to you.
Yeah.
If you get sassy with them, this one will retaliate. He is a naughty boy.
But, maybe
Mhm.
somebody out in the audience knows the answer to this. With the thing in Sweeney Todd and
Mhm.
this particular story, were there a lot of cats that were killed and eaten back then, at least in England or in New England?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if there were, like, during depressions and stuff, if that was a popular thing. Because there are other
Yes.
cultures who have no problem. They're just another animal, so they have no problem eating
and this
cats
again,
and dogs.
I don't know the truth of this, but of course
Mhm.
you hear Koreans always eating dogs.
There's a group that I follow from Thailand who do dog rescues, and they're particularly trying to disband dog farms for that reason. They are farmed for meat in Thailand as well.
Oh.
So, and it's a pretty cool story that they have there. But yeah, so I mean, animals are animals sometimes in other cultures. We just happen to take them as pets because they've been useful for so long. They've been good
Well-
at keeping pests down.
But if you have a pet and spend time at a friend's house with their pets, you know that they're not stupid.
No,
They are very intelligent creatures.
they are very smart.
And even mice.
Though I find that the cats that tend to be a little more cautious of humans tend to be a lot smarter and better problem solvers.
Okay. Well, they
Um,
have to be. They have
yeah.
to learn to.
Yes. But all
Ones
my
that are
kitties,
pets
but
get
these two are
everything
farm
handed to 'em.
kitties.
Here's
So-
Henry.
Henry!
Come on, Henry.
You want to come up? We're talking about cats that eat people. You want to join us?
Nosferatu's in your spot.
Come here.
Come on up.
You
Come
can be
on.
on Mama's lap.
You can chase Nosferatu away.
Yeah. Come here,
I'm
baby.
going to instigate.
You can be a good boy. Come here.
Come on,
I don't want to
Henry.
lift you. You're like 30 pounds.
Too
You're a
tired
big
to jump?
kitty. You're a big kitty. He's going to lay at our feet, I think.
Hmm.
He might pop up in a
And he's
minute.
just being nice. He wants to lay here, but there's a big lump in the way.
Yeah.
Keeps eyeing Nosferatu.
He is kind of like that. You can be up here, baby.
Take control. Take charge. Push
You're the alpha
Nosferatu
kitty. You
out.
were here longer than any of them. Oh, well. He's thinking about it. So, there he is.
There we go.
Cats of Ulthar. I like the story because it is very much in the nature of cats to
Mhm.
kind of be hold grudges.
Mm.
Like these guys, 3 days after, if anybody gets dirty and I need to give them a bath 3 days after is when they start acting like they love me again. So they'll hold grudges and they don't forget
Don't like
things.
baths.
Yeah. They're all afraid of anything that resembles a vacuum cleaner, even if it's not a vacuum
Oh,
cleaner.
dogs
so
are that way too.
yeah, so they know things and they know stuff. So anything they don't like, they will tend to either avoid or gang up on it. And I particularly like this story because they choose to gang up on it. I feel like if you are an animal rights person, this is the horror story for you.
Yeah,
Because the animals win in the
they
end.
get revenge.
Mhm.
Well, and there, once horror got going, I don't know if there's any earlier than this, but
Mhm.
definitely after this, there's a lot of stories, horror stories about animals or insects getting revenge on people.
Mhm.
you know,
Nature
getting out of
taking back,
control.
taking back their environment,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing.
Even
Nature
like-
reclaiming.
What is it? The one where the guy controls rats and sends them out after people. It was a movie.
I don't know that one. I know about the Pied Piper though.
Yeah, but that's just getting out of the
Mhm.
city. But no, there's one Wilbur or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that
Made
one.
in the 70s, remade in the 90s, and it's about a guy that people are nasty to him,
Mhm.
but he befriends all these rats, and he turns the rats against anybody, and has them going out and killing
That's
people.
cool. I like that kind of thing.
Great movie. I have never saw the remake of it. I'm only familiar with the original. It's a great movie, but
Mhm.
you know that one. And there's Frogs in the early 70s, which on rewatching it, I thought it was a pretty bad movie, but that's about where there's these people.
So
on this
bad it's good,
island
but it's
and-
bad.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but as a kid, I loved it.
Mhm.
It's on this island, kind of like off of Florida, maybe Florida Keys or something like that.
Yeah.
And the frogs start attacking people. And it's like ecology getting revenge for
Like the
the way
birds.
people have. Yeah, the birds is another one. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
And that one, that's a great movie. We got to do that story someday.
Yeah, it's a really good one. We
I've
read
never
it
read the
back in
story.
high school. I read it.
I've never read the story. I
Oh,
just
we
know
did.
the Alfred.
Yeah, we
Alfred
did that,
Hitchcock
and then we
movie.
watched the movie The Birds. It was great.
Uh-huh.
But yeah. So, yeah, there's a lot of these stories where animals are kind of taking vengeance, or like even twists in stories where, like, at the end, the bad guy's about to win, and then they get gored to death by a buffalo or some stupid thing like
Mhm.
that, where it's like, oh, well, the animal got revenge for the humans and that sort of thing, which I think is funny. But it's funny because science often tries to say that animals don't have feelings, that everything they do is rooted in instinct.
Oh, they do.
And they so do. They so have feelings. You have a pet, and very little, some of it is instinctual and you can tell, but they're master manipulators. They know how to get exactly what they want. And
Mhm.
they do have feelings, and they do have wants and needs and things, and they find ways to communicate those things with humans.
Mhm.
So I feel like the human and animal relationship is so unique, which is why I think it's so hard, one, for me as a person to fathom anyone wanting to harm an animal, because if an animal chooses to trust you, that is such a unique opportunity that most humans don't get that opportunity, either because they can't afford to have an animal, or they don't have the lifestyle to have an animal.
Yeah.
But when you do have an animal and you do build that unique relationship with them, the thought of harming an animal makes me angry
Mhm.
because they so often show me that they have feelings and thoughts, and they do hold grudges and things like that.
Yeah.
But science will often try to convince you that that is not the case. So to have this story where these animals are acting on feelings, like
Mhm.
they feel like something unjust is happening to their population because of this man, and they're just going to take matters into their own hands and do something about it.
Hmm.
You know, this isn't a thoughtless killing. This is targeted.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that about this story, because there are so many stories where it's like, oh, it's just by dumb luck that the animal had the instinct to protect its young or whatever.
Hmm.
And next thing you know, the guy's dead or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that about this story, that it is a clearly targeted attack, and the townspeople recognize it too, just from the behavior of these animals
Hmm.
and living around them so frequently.
Yeah.
So, I like
And
it.
exactly how it fits into the dream cycle, I'm not sure. Because it doesn't seem to relate to, like, the white ship or...
No, it's just kind of this atmosphere of this one particular area.
But it is more of a
Yeah.
horror story.
It is, and it offers sentience to animals that otherwise don't seem to be that sentient, really,
Okay.
and that autonomous. So it kind of is a dreamlike aspect, but mostly, I think it's because H.P. Lovecraft himself was a cat lover. He had a
Could
cat
be.
he had a cat,
Oh, I didn't know that.
and his cat, I can't say his name because it's a racial slur.
Oh.
He named his cat the N-word
Oh,
because his cat was black. So I can't.
Well, that word is just in European languages, variations of that word do
Mhm.
do mean black.
Yes.
So it's we take it as a racial slur today because it has been for so long, but that's really a distortion of what the word really means.
In his case, though, his cat's name wasn't just the N-word, it was N-word man. So it was absolutely a racial slur.
Okay.
So in his case, but he loved his cat. And he often he has poetry about his cat. He has this story which reiterates a lot of the behaviors he recognizes in cats as being animals who feel, and probably his cat held grudges against him when he accidentally stepped on its tail or did something he liked or went away for any period of time. So I'm sure he recognized the nature in his own animal that they do kind of hold grudges, and he takes it to the next step. So I know that he was a cat lover, and I know he had a cat of his own, so it doesn't surprise me that he wrote stories about cats. Some of his poetry is about his cat as well.
Okay.
So yeah. So there's some history there.
And I keep warning her that she's now outnumbered by cats, but not by too much.
No.
If she gets any more, though...
I was saying 3 cats ago. I'm not saying anymore. I'm a crazy cat lady. So is my husband. He's a crazy cat man.
When they outnumber you, they might take control, right?
Yeah, we aren't getting any more. Though my husband and I put a ban on our subs going to the Humane Society. Because the last time we did, we came home with 2 when we had said we only wanted to get 1 more to have 4 cats. So we came home with 2. We weren't going to separate them, though. They're brothers, and they were so happy together. And they're so
all
lovely.
happy here.
Yes, they have a good life. They don't know how good they have it.
They're all sacked out now.
Yeah, it's prime nap time.
Well, and it's a warm day. It's unusual.
Yeah.
First day of October, and it's like 80 degrees outside.
Yeah, and very humid. I was just outside earlier, too, and I was like, I'm going back inside.
Yeah.
Where there's air conditioning.
Mm-hmm. So that's the Cats of Ulthar. How do you think it measures up to other stories?
I think it's a fun kind of body horror, animal horror story. It's not my favorite story of all Lovecraft's.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not his most well-crafted story either. But it is also extremely short, so how much craft can you do in a very short span of time?
Yeah, that's the problem with something like this, is it has limited impact when it's only like 3 pages long.
Yes.
It's not something that you can get deeply into and deeply attached to. And when you read it, I mean, it might have been a really good idea to keep it as short as it is, but for modern readers, we want more.
Yeah.
You know, we'd like to know more. There must be more to this. There could be a longer story here, but back then, you know, especially under the influence of Lord Dunsany, he wrote very short stories.
Yes.
And so Lovecraft, deeply under his influence at this time, because he was extremely popular, he was doing something nobody else was doing.
Yes.
With his Pagana stories. You know, Lovecraft was trying to emulate him. So.
Yes, and I think too, there's a lot of well, you have like The Black Cat by Edgar Allan Poe.
Oh yeah,
as
that's
a cat
an
that's
one.
like kind of a revenge story of the animal and the even the potential haunting of a person from an animal, which I think is cool. I kind of see this in alignment with that, where it's a great story. It's kind of a fun, thrilling horror. It's an aspect of things that I don't think we think of. Like, we don't often think of animals having souls or feelings. So this kind of turns that on its head a little bit, and it adds to the what if and a bit of the paranoia, especially if you're a pet owner. Like, oh, are you plotting my death? You look cute and sleepy, but you might be plotting my death. But
Or thinking these people are boring.
Yeah. They're just talking, and I don't understand their
See,
words.
they're making noise.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think it's a fun story, but it's not like top tail quality. I think it's iconic, though. It is an iconic story.
And like we were talking, this may not have been the very first. Definitely Black Cat was a lot earlier, but there is a whole sub-genre of animal attack stories that follow this same basic idea.
Cocaine Bear, which is actually based on a true story.
I know that's a movie. I haven't seen it.
It's I
didn't
can't
watch
wait
it
to
because
see
it
it.
sounds like one of those really stupid movies.
I have a feeling it's actually going to be better than I think it is, but I do really want to see it. But like Pet
Okay.
Sematary. Pet Sematary is a great example of a story with animal horror.
Mm-hmm. Jaws.
Jaws, yeah, Jaws is a good one. The Birds, the black cat we mentioned
The
already.
Human Termites.
The Human Termites.
That's a real story. It was
Yes.
written in the 1920s by David H. Keller. And
What
I did
was
a
that one
review
that
of it.
with the ants and the spiders by Philip K. Dick? That was another good one.
Ants and spiders.
Yeah,
I
where
don't remember it now.
it was the ants versus like the spiders and flies and stuff, and this guy could hear them plotting to try and overthrow
Oh, yeah.
humanity.
I don't remember the title
I
of it
can't
now.
remember the title of
And
it either.
Nosferatu is back to join
He's
us
back.
for the cat video.
Yes.
He wants head rubs.
He wants to snuggles. He's a very needy baby. There are times where I can't walk down the hallway because he wants to be held, and he will scream at me and try to trip me until I pick him up.
Scream?
Yeah, he scream. He's a screamer. He doesn't meow, he
I
screams.
never heard a cat scream.
Oh gosh, it's annoying. It's not like a meow, it's a meow. They just hold it for as long as they
Oh
can.
no.
So he does that.
You scream.
He does.
What? Am I doing it wrong?
No, he loves it. He wants you to do it more.
Okay. Go to town.
But yeah, so I think it's a good story.
It is. It's a
Not
very
the
enjoyable
greatest story ever, but it is iconic.
Recommended for anybody that likes Lovecraft or just likes older horror.
I likes cats.
And it won't take you much of your time, and you can find free copies. It is in Dagon and Other Stories by Arkham House, if you're lucky enough to get that one. And it's also in, I think it's the annotated H.P. Lovecraft. I think it's the Beyond Arkham
Mm-hmm.
volume.
Yeah, and I think I got a copy of it off of Project Gutenberg, which was the complete
Mhm.
collected works of H.P. Lovecraft,
Yeah. So,
which had all his short stories, essays, and poems.
mhm.
So, you can find it in a lot of places.
Lots
So
of
go for
places.
it. It's a fun read.
So take 5 minutes and read it.
Hmm. Yeah, seriously, it's no time at all, but it's a fun read, so. A little something to get you in the spooky season spirit. Yeah. So, anything else you want to say about it?
No, I think we spent enough time on cats.
Yeah. But we never get enough time or pets with kitties. So thanks for joining us, guys. Like, subscribe, tell us what you think about it. Let us know other stories that involve animal horror. We would love to try and get some more under our belt and do some more reviews of that. Classic or otherwise, we're open to suggestions. So feel free, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye!